What's up, y'all? Welcome to L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth. We got the girls on here. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's been a minute.
Hey.
Whoop,
Hey,
whoop.
y'all.
Miss y'all.
Yes. It's been a while.
Yes.
Let me do a Trav to all the fans and the lovers in the world tonight.
Right.
Travis thinking you Bobby Womack or something about it. It goes out to everyone, everybody.
He'd be like,
You know.
to all my fans. To all my fans.
I'm
I
just saying, I had to give y'all a Trav moment.
Y'all, today or tonight, we're going to talk about taking your personal struggles to social media. The three of us don't do that. So I got the three of you on here, or the three of you, the two of you, three being me. Have y'all seen the Kimora and Russell Simmons and their children on Instagram?
No, but I heard about it.
Okay. So from what I can tell, it was Russell Simmons said something to the kids. The kids took to social media. He stopped their accounts during college. Kamara Lee was saying that Russell was basically bashing their kids or whatever. But I think there's more to the story because they all got along and everything was good until all of a sudden this money got cut off. You know what I mean? Because that was like the hype of it. And I don't understand. Now, I love Run from Run DMC. That's my guy. His brother is Russell. I don't know really a whole lot about him. I know he was very successful. I don't know any of them personally, but to take to social media about your personal struggle, to me, you don't do that shit. You don't do that shit.
Let me tell you, this is not my thought on that.
Here, hold on, here comes Greg. Let's see. Do, 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 do. I feel like Sesame Street. Can't see you, can't hear you. Where you at? We're in a deep conversation right now. Hello.
So while Greg's coming on, so
Yeah.
expound.
Go ahead, Tootie. Tootie was gonna say something about what I was saying.
No, because I think, see, to me, social media is not the real world.
Right.
To me.
Right.
And a lot of people use social media as a diary. Like, that's why jobs and stuff always looking at your social media pages, because you are way more honest on there than you'll probably ever be in an interview.
Right.
So no matter what my struggle is, while I'm going through it, you'll have no earthly idea what the hell I'm talking about, because I'm cryptic on purpose. But when I testify, when I do my testimony and I testify to show you what I was going through, how I got through it, and what I'm doing now, that's when you know what the hell was going on with me. But what I ain't finna do is sit here and document and journal my feelings every damn day. I want something. I don't have that kind of time.
Right. Exactly.
I hate
Let me ask you a question.
who determined to be the victims every day, because I know some people who it's always something wrong. Get your sad ass out here and quit looking for empathy.
Empathy. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tanya.
So what made today so different from when before we had social media?
Social media.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand that's your question. True. But I'm saying, did we hold back, or did a lot of folks hold back a lot of different things, couldn't get it out until social media became a partaker in their world?
Well, no, so they just get it out on a broader spectrum now.
Right.
A lot of people do this shit for attention and likes.
Y'all remember MySpace? MySpace was first.
Was it? See, I'm not into this social media thing. So I'm really out of the loop, when it comes to social media. I'm pretty much like Tootie. I'll give my testimony. Pretty much. I'll do my standing in need of prayer on Facebook. And other than that, I am completely off of social media. I don't like the negative connotation that it has, the stigma that it holds. I just don't like the fact that people are finding more social media to be more therapeutic than anything,
And they don't
which is
communicate though, because the thing about it is this. I think the art of communication is getting lost, because you can get on social media and you can put a hate speech, you can put anything like a hate speech, you can put a lonely speech, you can put a depression or a threat or any of that kind of stuff. You can put it on social media and you get all this attention from strangers that you probably want from someone that's close to you, when you don't. All you have to do is communicate. If you go to one of your friends or your parents or somebody and say, look, I'm having one of them days, I need a hug. Ain't none of these people on social media going to physically hug you, because the art of physical touch is becoming a dying thing as well, because people don't know how to communicate, because they letting their kids have these phones, get on social media, get all the likes and shares you can get, play these video games, don't interact with humans, don't go outside and play. So social media is fucking folks up left and right. When all you gotta do,
if you go out and you can catch a pigeon and hug it, you'll probably make $1 million. That's the flip side of social media. People do this shit for money.
Yeah, they do. And I see that. I see that too. Because you remember when they were doing that thing called Doodoo Dubai, where them video vixens was going over there letting people shit on them for a stupid amount of money?
Yeah. Yes.
Ain't nobody shitting on me. And then they will have to take pictures and show videos and stuff, and they in here doing like this, wiping shit out their hair. The hell?
Right. Hold on.
I mean, it was a lot of money, but I don't want them. You can't shit on me.
No. That's a no.
I'm so delayed when it comes to that. I can truly say that I live in the world, but I'm not part of the world. You know what I mean? And so it's just I'm saddened by the things that one portray, you know what I'm saying? And then the first thing, when you call a woman, or a hoe, or whatever the case may be,
they'll be
the first one to say, hey, don't call me that, or don't call me the B word. Well, if you're acting like that on social media, what do you expect for folks to call you? Surely not by your name.
Exactly. Greg, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Right now we're talking about taking your personal struggles to social media.
Oh, wow.
And we're all saying it's a negative thing. Okay. So there are some folks that do this as a cry for help. Do you think it does more damage?
I think in the long run, it does more damage, because they become comfortable with doing that. And then it's almost like you're crying wolf. When people hear you do it once, hear you twice, hear it 3 times, they start looking at you differently.
Especially if you do this all the time. Like, I know this one person on social media. I'm like, oh my God, I wish you just get off altogether and come back in 6 months, and let's hope you in a different place.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sad because you don't have a maid, or I need somebody, or I ain't never got this. Like, just always doing shit for people to give you something. Nobody owes you anything. So why don't you try being on social media, post the bullshit, that because you're becoming a not even a target, you're becoming a topic of discussion, because the people that really know you understand what you're doing, and they not fucking with you on that.
Right.
So you just showing your real, who you really are, but the people that really know you, they ain't riding with you on that, because they know that first off, it's attention seeking. And it's quiet soliciting, like, dude, we know that you do this shit because you want attention and you want to gain something outside of that attention, be it money or whatever the case may be, but you're seeking things. Not necessarily that it's as bad as you paint the picture to be, but the people that know you, they know you.
Know you. Exactly.
Right.
And they talking about your ass.
What do y'all think about the people that go to social media and, okay, aside from a death, let's say they're just going to social media just and they're crying because something that happened to them. How does that make y'all feel?
If that's an everyday, all the time thing, please shut the fuck up.
Right.
Well,
if your life is always just bad, please stop attracting even worse.
Yeah.
And also too, you have folks that are called, and maybe this is my own word, habitual attention seekers. You know, that just have to have that attention placed upon them. You know, those people are lonely people, and you know, they need a hug. You know, but I do listen to, I try to listen to everybody's story, and you know, as the word says, he looks beyond, or the song says, he looked beyond my fault and saw my needs. That's exactly how I try to do things. I look look beyond their faults and see their needs. But again, you have a lot of people that are habitual attention seekers, so you gotta have some discernment with some of those people.
Man, you better have some, because
givers have to have limits because takers don't.
And
I say that all the time.
What about the ones that are crying on social media because of something they got going on, and we're thinking, damn, shut up. Like,
I know some of those people.
No, listen. So we're just like, shut up. And then the next day you see this person took their life.
Yeah.
I got a story on that. So this girl that I went to school with posted on Facebook one night, I love y'all, I really do, but I'm not gonna do this. I'm tired of living in pain. Farewell, or something to that effect.
Right.
I was like, shit. So I immediately started calling people, and I'm like, hey, somebody need to get in touch with this girl's family because she's put this message out here, and this is like for real, for real.
So that was my point. So you pay attention.
I do. And so to tell you how this whole thing ended, I reached out to one of her cousins. The cousin reached out to her brother. So I mean, like, we were on this for like 2 or 3 hours trying to find somebody to get this girl's address. And he couldn't find anybody. He couldn't get in touch with anybody. And I ended up calling the police because I'm from Arkansas, but this chick lives here in Texas with me. So she's like an hour away and I'm not driving. And so I was like, shit, all I know to do is call the police. So I called the police and I gave them her information, and they go to her house and they do a wellness check. Well, by the time the police get there, I finally get in touch with the brother. And the brother was talking to her on the phone, and somehow me and the brother ended up getting on the phone together or whatever. So long story short, the guy that she was messing with broke up with her that day. So now she need to kill herself. And she blocked me on Facebook. And then she blocked me on Facebook. And I just unfriended her altogether and all of that. Cause now I know that you just do shit because you wanted him to see that message.
So she's still alive, and she's just playing whole games because of a man that's not giving her attention or whatever. And
the guy that she was in a relationship with at the time, I was on a dating site. He was in my inbox.
And I'm gonna say this: truth be told, there are people out there that really, really need help.
They do.
Yes.
That really, really need guidance, and the struggle is really real for them.
You got people that's on here playing with it.
And you got people on here playing with it. The people that are on here playing with it, stop playing with it and mind your damn business. And who cares who left who in your damn relationship?
But I'm saying if you are so fragile or volatile, whatever the fuck you might be, that somebody breaking up with you make you leave all the shit that's yours. You're gonna kill yourself and you got a house full of kids.
Like some
This dude that you dating, not your husband. And ain't even been with the guy but a few minutes.
Say that one more time.
Huh?
Say that one more time.
Again.
This is a guy that she's dating.
Not her husband.
Not her husband. Only been like talking to him for a brief amount of time. And because he quit talking to you, you gonna kill yourself? Well, did you tell him you was gonna kill yourself and that's why he done it? Is that why he quit talking to your ass? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
No, it's something else. It's something else that they have done, but you don't know the backstory. You know, there's a backstory to it somewhere, and nobody knows that but them. But then they say, well, I'm just gonna kill myself because of the backstory. You know,
and then
he left you, but it was a story to it. It was a reason why.
And then they don't do it. And what do you think that their reasoning is for posting that stuff? Is it just for
attention?
Attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was posted so he would see it. But the fact that by the time I got off the phone with this bitch, she had already blocked me on Facebook. I'm like, oh, you just need somebody. You trying to get this dude's attention who ain't really fucked up about you. He probably smashed and left her alone.
Man.
But you know, a lot of those people have psychological issues.
It all comes down exactly to
especially to go to that depth to post something like you're about to end your life. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
And y'all, social media is a big outlet for the world.
But what I hate to see on social media is, because I remember there was this really, really pretty little girl in Arkansas, and I think she was like 16, if I'm not mistaken, but she was actually bullied on social media. To the point that she did kill herself.
Bullying is a whole different story.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. And that takes a whole different turn for me. Like that's completely different. And I hate that people don't instill enough in their kids to teach them that fuck what they say, because everybody got an opinion, but you don't have to believe what they say about you. That you know, and I hate that other people push that your opinion is important and everybody should listen to you, because that's where the bullies come in.
Yeah.
And I hated that girl was absolutely gorgeous, and she was bullied because she was pretty.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. To the parents out there, it's not 90% of the time, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. 90% of the time, it's not your fault. In my mind, now I didn't research, but that's how I feel. And I'm 51 years old. I feel like there's 10% of the time where, of course, parents don't care, don't give a shit, go hang with your friends, get out of my way. I'm trying to live my life, and I had you by mistake, or this and that and that and this, whatever you got going on, they don't accept, whatever. And then they just kind of throw them to the side. And so they are raised by the streets. So when you're raised by the streets and you're hanging with the wrong crowd from the streets, you're going to adapt to whatever the street life is giving you. And so you have a phone because the street life gave you a phone. You're going to adapt to that lifestyle. And when you go and you cry for help online because whatever situation that you're going through in that instance, whether it's, I mean, it is so much out there, guys. It's so much out there. And because social media is such a big platform for these younger generations, us as grownups, we're all of age, but these younger generations, they don't know.
Well, let me ask a question though too, because I really really, really, really want to ask this question.
Really? Really?
Really, have anyone seen the heighten of this, uh, of these problems ever since Donald Trump was able to say what he said about Barack in a negative manner, things that wasn't allowed for anyone to say on national TV or even from a president. So
I
now you have these children that are mimicking this same negative behavior because it trickled from the head on down.
Well,
honestly
that's entitlement.
that let me answer that. I think that was I think that put an extreme to what was already going on.
Mm.
But I think it put an extreme on it. You know, you got to think. Do y'all remember MySpace where you could post
I do.
pictures and stuff like that? It was almost like Instagram where you can only post pictures and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Facebook is more of what is that noise in the background?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
No, you just muted. Is that a TV? You muted? Oh, that was okay. That was yours, Tanya. Tanya, but I'm muting you. That was Tanya. Okay,
Oh.
so when you have MySpace, it's almost like an Instagram where you can post videos and pictures and stuff like that. And then you got Facebook where you can cry for help and you can post whatever you want and you can bash whoever you want. I mean, Twitter is a bashing site, and that's for all the celebrities.
I don't even touch Twitter. I
I
got 2 Twitter accounts and I couldn't log into either one if you paid.
I don't even own a Twitter account. Not a one. Not a one. You know, I feel like social media does heighten a lot of the anxiety and the stress of children. I feel like in this generation, it gives them that platform to cry for help in false ways and in positive ways, but who knows what the truth is. So I'm going to ask you 3 people. I almost said 4 because I'm 4. I'm going to ask the 3 of you, what is 2 things that you would tell this generation that uses social media? What would you tell them, 1 to do and 1 not to do?
I
I would
will
tell them.
say, oh, I'm sorry, Tootie, go ahead.
I'm gonna wait. Go ahead.
To be smart.
How do they know to be?
To be smart about um, who you entertain, how you're entertaining. Um,
How do they know to be smart? Who to be smart from?
well, it comes from parenting. I'm just going to say, it comes from the head. It comes from our leaders, our men being more taking more leadership and, nurturing our young men, our mothers, our women, taking leadership in nurturing, our young girls. So we have a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
We have a lot to do with that.
Okay, so that's one thing. What's the other thing?
What was the other? I'm sorry. What was what I would tell them to do?
To do and what not to do.
I'm confused. Where in the hell did leave off at?
Ooh, child.
Okay. I will
What you
say,
hold on, baby. What you told them to do is be smart
Okay.
and follow positive guidance, basically. And what not to do is
What not to do is spend your lifetime or on social media, thinking that everyone that's on social media is your friend and loves you and cares about you. No, baby girl, no, baby boy, that's not the case.
right. Amen. Okay, go ahead, Greg. Sorry, Tootie.
okay, the things I will say to do is focus on yourself. Focus on trying to be the best young man, young woman that you can be. Set a standard for yourself. and hold yourself accountable to that standard. You may not know what the standard is at first. Your standard might be, I'm not going to cuss, or your standard might be, I'm going to write more. Whatever that standard is, try to do something that makes you better as a person. Would be the first, I would say, to do.
Okay.
I would say what not to do is don't give up. Don't give up.
Good one.
Because giving up in the long run, you'll regret giving up. Whatever that thing is, whatever that thing you were going for, whatever that thing you had to drive for, don't give up. Because it'll haunt you later. You'll feel like, you didn't succeed in life. You didn't do this and you didn't do that. And that kind of goes back to some of the things that we were talking about, is people have done things in their lives that they regret, because they gave up. Now they're miserable. Now they're sad. Now they're, they don't know what reality is because they've given up. So that's the thing I would say is not to do.
Right. Go ahead, Tootie.
I would say, always value yourself. Being mindful that the internet is written in pen, not pencil. So there's always a way to trace whatever you've done online. My do not would be, do not negotiate your worth for today's popularity, because there's always a way to go back and see anything you put out or whatever online. It's always going to be a trace of it somewhere. Somebody can go back and find your shit 40 years later. So always be mindful of what you put, because the internet is written in pen, not pencil. But above that, always value yourself and don't negotiate your worth, your value, and who you are for popularity today, because you're not going to give a shit about them people in 6 months.
That's right.
And I just like to add something too, is that be vigilant. This internet, this thing that they got going today is not your friend at all. It's to break you, not to make you, but to break you, especially if you don't know how to handle it. And some people just don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Truth be told, you guys, I have 2 older children, one 24, one 30, and they're barely on social media. My son, he does stories, which ends in 24 hours. He doesn't post like stuff that'll stick. My daughter.
But it's still there. He just can't access it. But I understand.
Right. Like it's the 24-hour story, whatever. It's there, whatever, but it's more for his business. It's not personal stuff.
Yeah.
My daughter never posts personal stuff. My youngest son has an Instagram and he's a video gamer. So that's all he posts. That's all he knows. But again, it starts from the parents.
Yes.
Know your children. Get involved. Understand what they are doing. Don't look for popularity, because like Tanya said, social media is not your friend. It's not. It's absolutely not. And y'all, when you come on here on the social media and you crying and you doing the most and you're saying, oh, he left me, or oh, she left me. I don't really see a lot of men doing that, to tell you the truth. I don't see a lot of men. I see more women doing that. And
because women try to embarrass men. Like that's a go-to. Like, men have egos, if you will. And they don't want to look like the villain. So when you have those women that go on there and do all of that shit, they know exactly how to push his buttons. And then they end up looking stupid because they got back together 2 weeks later. But continue.
That part.
Continue.
Yeah.
Part.
Yeah.
So those
you won't know I'm in a relationship unless you either know me, or I'm married. Like I don't put my business out there like that.
Exactly.
Stop putting your business in the streets. Keep your business at home. Like, I understand, like I was saying at the beginning, the whole Kamora Lee and Russell Simmons and all the kids. Greg and I had to talk about that. And we don't know them personally. but I see them babies crying. And they're of age.
Who, Ming and Aoki Lee?
Aoki. Yeah, I saw her crying and she's of age in college. And I'm like, what? And as a mother instinct, and then I watch Kimura and I'm seeing what she's saying. But then Greg was talking to me about the flip side.
Mm-hmm.
The flip side is, okay, the money stopped. And why are you bashing this man? And we know
she seemed like a real piece of work anyway, though.
We don't know nothing about this family. So celebrities, stop putting your business in the motherfucking streets. Because at this point in life, like Kimura said, we got along all this time. We've been divorced since 10 years, 12 years, 15 years ago. And all of a sudden, okay, well, all of a sudden, Russell got tired. Russell got tired and he stopped something with your kids. And now your kids are screaming. And now you're taking up for your kids. That's how I see it now. I don't know the circumstances, but at the end of the day, stop putting your personal business in the fucking streets. Stop.
Especially somebody waiting on it, somebody got something to say, and ain't none of them got anything to contribute but an opinion.
That's it.
And everybody got one. An asshole.
Everybody. For real. Everybody. And it's just crazy to me. It's but again, we're gonna end this live. I'm gonna tell y'all my personal opinion. If you are crying on social media, it better be a damn good reason why you're crying, and it better be a cry for help so your friends and family can see it. If your boyfriend left you, if your girlfriend left you, if you ain't getting no more money, keep that shit to your fucking self and stop talking to the public about that shit, because there's real life people out here that are actually committing suicide over what they're going through. So what you're doing is taken away from the people that really need help.
Yeah.
Stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
And on that note, I love y'all. Subscribe to L.U.S.T. Let us speak truth. And we will holler at you on hopefully Sunday. Deuces.
Bye.
Peace.